Okay, for this video, I want to talk about this problem where we just have a little bit more going on. We have parentheses here, but then we have brackets right here and right here. And then we have these things called braces right here and right here. And these kind of all fall in that parenthesis family. So it's kind of like, now what do we do? But we still rely on our order of operation rules. We perform operations inside the parentheses first. So that tells us that our parentheses trump everything else. So we do what's in here with the parentheses before we think about anything else. So we are going to have 2 divided by 1 be our first thing we're going to do in our expression. Okay, so now you can see that I was able to get rid of those parentheses. 2 divided by 1 is 2. So then I just leave that 2 there, and now I have my braces right here. Now you see the brace has this little squiggly right in the middle, and then these are our brackets that are just straight. They're like a straight parenthesis. So now that I have done my parenthesis, I need to do the next smallest one. Now I see this in the bracket. I can't figure out in the braces what 8 divided by 4 divided by 2 is until I get what's inside here done. So I need to do the expression that is totally in these brackets first, just like it was in my parentheses. Do you see how that worked? I had my 4 out here and I had my 8 out here, but I did what was inside together first. And so now I'm going to do what's inside my brackets first. So I'm going to go parentheses, brackets, and then I'm going to move to the braces. So let's figure out what's inside those brackets first. Okay, now that I figured out what 4 divided by 2 is, I drop those brackets and I just leave my 2. And so now I have these braces that were so far apart up here, but now they've come back and they're simplified down here. And so now I can do 8 divided by 2. I still need to do what's inside before I start looking at what the operations are outside of my parentheses, brackets, or braces. I've got to get those 3 things done first. So now I need to figure out what is 8 divided by 2. All right, so now I have my 10, take away my 4, and so then I have simplified that to 6. So I went from my very big expression up here and I simplified it all the way down to 1 number. So that is how you work on these problems that have parentheses, braces, and brackets. I'm sorry. Yeah, the parentheses, the brackets, and then the braces. We have to work with the groups that are inside together like this before we move down and down and down. I always keep my algebra like this because then if I make a mistake, I can see, well, I did this one, I simplified this expression, and I can see if I've made a mistake. For like if I had put 10 minus 4 equals 3, I would have known that's where I made my mistake. So if you keep your algebra organized, it really helps to see your expressions as they go smaller and smaller and smaller.